fun.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But you know, damage, you just don't want to take damage as Soldier because he's super squishy. Even though he's picked up his steam boots, he's not really that, you know, that tanky or something. And especially with his ultimate, he will be just in the middle of fights. And that is why the Shrunken Head is, of course, such a beautiful and good item on him. And that's why it's the standard. I don't question the standard because the standard is a good build. I just say that Frostburn is in certain situations a viable pickup in Soul Stealer.
Well, I'll tell you who beat him to it. Malikan has finished up his Shrunken Head after. I mean, he's really picked up his farm a lot. He's up to the Steam Boots. He already had the Whispering, and now he has that Shrunken Head all sitting there nice and pretty. What's going on up top, however, or sorry, like fight-wise, Bubbles has some illusions out and about, so he's kind of just playing a hoax here on.
Showing off his insane micro
Well,
skills.
here's something else as well. He threw his illusion here at these Ancients, and it just hit the 23-minute mark, and we're sitting now at about 23:10. But there's no Ancients that showed up, right? So he's denying them. Creeps even.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of the little things
It helps.
that you can do with
Everything that
illusions.
helps.
Yeah, every little helps, definitely.
Indeed. All right, so we are sitting here, 10-8 against, FAP and TP5. We seem to have a big gathering forming here in the center. Looks like Valkyrie has finished up her Steam Boots. Ring of the Teacher, oddly enough. Now Quick Blade. Quick Blade is probably going to help her get into that whole Frostburn, typical ranged semi-carry kind of idea of the Frostburn, as well as her Geometer's Bane. But a Ring of the Teacher. Has she always had that? Has she had
Yeah,
that all game?
I'm not sure.
I
I'm
can't recall
definitely not
seeing it
sure.
earlier.
Yeah, neither do I. And the normal reason that you get the Ring of the Teacher is it is a good tri-lane item because it gives the extra armor and the extra um, mana to your tri-lane. But a Ring of the Teacher here in this game lineup, oh, I'm not sure if that's a good pick. Mm,
Don't know. Do not know.
I don't know either. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to be honest.
Well, Legion are keeping track of them up top as we do have a fairly lengthy push coming up top. It looks like all four heroes are going to stick around. This tower is, of course, less than half hit points. Prime and Juicy, level 12 Bubble sitting in the woods, just used his Chalice. Now he's going to go in with that Shell Sheriff. Out comes the ult. Put a lot of damage down onto that Valkyrie with his combination. And now looks like Devour picked up his barrier idol just before that. Not going to be helping him here, but it looks like picking up 3 kills. It depends on how far this Pyromancer can run, but against a Portal Key Soul Stealer, it's probably going to be assumed he's going down as well. Now he's going to run the other way. Panda Shear should be able to disable no problem. That's a 4-for-1 kill. And where did Vindicator go down? Is that mid to that Malikan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
most likely. I didn't pay
yeah, it
attention
was.
there,
Malikan took out
but that's
Vindicator
the
in the mid there. Now Vindicator, I tried to say this before the fight, but there was a fight. He had himself a bound eye, which is now sitting snugly there on Malikan. I don't know why the Vindicator had it. Should have given it to someone else, but Malikan's gonna make off with it. So.
yeah, it's the Bound Eye thing is really popular and has been, gained popularity by MSI. Yeah, but MSI just use it on certain heroes, and the two main heroes are Tundra and Slither, because those two heroes just have skills with which you can cover so much, so large areas of the map that it's just insane counter wording that you can do with it. Especially with the Tundra bird is just so amazing. The map control that you gain from that simple bound eye, and I think it's not. In most cases, it's even viable if you lose it at some point and just buy a new one.
Well, it's what 700 gold, right?
Yeah, and of course the bound eye kind of helps against the Valkyrie ultimate, but I don't know if that's really all worth just buying a bound eye on a really squishy hero like Vindicator, who will just get focused on super
Which is
easily.
exactly what he did. He got caught out of position there by the Malikan as the team fight went on up top. Now Malikan was the only one that didn't die from that team fight, as he wasn't there. But that was really a strong push for the Legion, as basically it swung the momentum into their favor, as they're now sitting 12-11, and the experience and gold bonuses, well, the gold is kind of negligible at this point, but they have a decent experience gap. I mean, they got 2 level 14s now, and compared to the two 13s there on the Hellborn. That Bubbles and that Soul Steer are really coming together. Bubbles has picked up a Blessed Orb. We now have a Shrunken Head on that Soul Steer. I don't think Panda's actually going to win this fight against Malakin using that lifesteal of his and everything else he had to it, so Panda going down to that Malakin one-on-one. Lifesteal trumps non-lifesteal.
Yeah, or more farm beats less
That's
farm.
good.
Yeah.
What is the Panda even sitting at? 213 gold a minute now.
200. Yeah, it's still not. I mean, he's picked it up a little bit, but it's still not anywhere near you want to be as Panda. Even, especially since Panda is actually a pretty effective farmer. But as I said, he's gonna pick up the Ghost Marches and then he's gonna go for the Shrunken Head, and that is more of a disable-orientated build that you go for Pandemonium. Of course, his ultimate gives you a 4.5-second disable with decent damage output, and it is just it is a less popular way to play him, but it's definitely viable, especially if he doesn't get a very good start. He can just go for the Shrunken Head with, without an Allstone or any farming items, and that'll definitely help his team out more than if he would now start for AFK farming for the next kind of, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Well, I tell you who's not helping the farm. That's Valkyrie pushing that tower. I think she got it, or it was denied. Nope, she got the tower, but she paid for it with her life. And to that effect, Bubbles no longer really has anything to fear from that Valkyrie, as he's finished up his Nullstone now. So top farmer of the game right now, just under 400 gold a minute, is of course Soul Stealer, but second place is that Malakin, doing exceptionally well with farm, especially since he was in that tri-lane. That got, a few deaths early on, so good job on him.
Yeah, definitely. His team helped him out quite a bit, and by just letting him in, giving him the time to farm, which he really needs, and he just went around and farmed and farmed and farmed, and eventually your gold per minute will rise, and you will, your farm will be better, and then you can help out your team a lot better. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting if Malakin can really like turn the momentum right back into the Hellborn's favor, because he's definitely a hero that's capable of doing so. But it's gonna be hard.
This Panda is like, dancing with the devil at this point. In comes Malakin with the sword throw. He gets hooked exactly at the same time as that Devourer hook. So that was kind of funny to watch. Valkyrie pops her ult, and now Malakin going to be popping everything he has. Panda did disable someone, but he goes down because he's fairly squishy. Pyromancer has to be very careful here. Witchslayer going to go down. He's a very squishy one as well. Vindicator trying to buy time for another Sage's Lore. That's not going to happen. And that leaves Soul Stealer running for his life. A 4-for-0 exchange there. And will he actually get away? Pyromancer does not have enough mana for his ultimate, and his Chalice is just not going to be... He does not actually have a Chalice. That's a power supply. But, I don't know. People really want him dead, and I just don't think they're going to be able to do it. No, the portal key at the last second going to be affording him at least a little bit of life, and that will leave Pyromancer to get out of there. No problem.
Yeah, but that fight, that just showed that if Malakin comes back, it just shows that Malakin is a really strong carry, just, and especially in team fights, he does exceptionally well. So yeah, big thumbs up for Malakin.
Malakin's gonna take out some of these double-stacked creeps. Well, maybe. I don't know. He's probably gonna have to back off the double stack creeps, but that eye of his is definitely gonna be racking him up a little bit of extra gold, especially since he didn't pay for the eye. But yeah, so now we're sitting at 13-16. The pendulum has once again swung to that Hellborn. It's now, about a 3,700, 5,000 difference for that Hellborn team, so they've taken a little bit of control back. With that eye roaming around, it's given them a lot of detection purposes, and they have quite a few wards actually out now. Who's been the main warder of that Hellborn? It is that Voodoo Jester, and who's been doing a lot of the warding here for the Legion? It is Vindicator, and it really kind of shows their items difference at this point, considering like they're ward spammers at this point. So I mean, look at Vindicator. He has his 2 minor totems. He actually finished up his boots. So that's a big improvement for him. Witchslayer versus Pyromancer, a little fight in the mid there. Nothing will be able to come of that. But yeah, right now it's just everyone's kind of taking a breath back, farming a lot of ancients.
Yeah, the problem is when you farm a lot of ancients right now is that Malikin, for the Legion, that Malikin can do so as well, and he's sitting at 3.7k gold, so it's gonna be interesting what he picks up next. But the longer this game goes, and speaking of late game favor, I'd favor the Hellborn just simply because Malikin is a much stronger carry than anyone on the Legion side, and Pandemonium's farm has not been anywhere near where it needs to be, and it still is not. Oh, 200, just about 200 gold per minute. I mean, he's been farming quite a bit. I don't know why he doesn't pick up, why his farm doesn't pick up. I mean, he dies in every team fight. That could be a reason.
That could be a big reason. Alright, well, we have a Kongor attempt going on here. Malikin spent some of his cash on a Warp Cleft, which is really a powerful item for him, especially since he stacks that attack speed with that Hellborn Zeal, so the lower down he gets, the more deadly he can become, and they will be taking out this Kongor. He will pick up that Token of Life as well, so he's definitely really in a strong position over this Legion team. So as for wards, using that eye, he cleared out the wards, and they were able to Kongor in peace simply because the map control aspect is in the Hellborn favor at this point. So they got the kills, they got the gold. Towers were sitting actually dead even right now, as all the inner tier towers are still up for both teams, although we have been beaten on the Legion center for a little bit. I mean, it's sitting a little under half. So.
Yeah, definitely. Just talking of items, Devara's picking up a Blessed Orb.
There's actually
Yeah, sorry.
there's actually a tier 2 tower still up for Hellborn, so there goes
Cute.
yeah. Should have just looked at the numbers. 8 towers to 9. How blind are you, Jester? Jeez. Anyways, continue, my good sir.
Yeah, the Devara picked up a Sustainer. Valkyrie is obviously working towards her Geometus Bane or Frostburn, whichever she decides to do to make first.
Probably the burn.
Yeah, Pyromancer's yeah, most likely. It gives you more survivability simply. That's just the main reason. And Valkyrie's farm has not been all that good. I mean, she's picked it up now a little, 244 gold per minute, which is yeah, it's
meh.
It's okay.
It's
it's not terribly bad, but it's okay. It's not decent. It's okay. Let's put it that way. So yeah, she just wants some survivability so she doesn't get focused down really easily. That's what I would go for anyway. Lots of major totems here. Witch Slayer has one, Pyromancer has one. And it's gonna be interesting, either Gnome's Wisdom's all over the place or Tablet of Command.
Tablet of Command was just picked up by the Pyromancer. So.
Alright, I see.
Good call, dude. Witch Slayer, however, his farm kind of is still double digits, so he hasn't converted it yet. Anyway, but
he's got double digit farm. He's doing pretty well. No, he looks like Glacius normally does. Always used to do. His
Witch
inventory
Slayer,
does too.
New Glacius of farm. Yeah.
No, his inventory is there's more in his inventory than there ever was in Glacius, because you actually picked up a minor totem, so a major totem. So that's a pretty big pickup for him. Or not.
Alright, Bubble's gonna be flying in here, but out comes the Barrier Idols and the BKBs. Soulsteer portals in, grabs a kill on that Voodoo, but now Devour is really trying to take out this Panda. Panda's shrunken head has served him well so far, and Malikin has just been tanking a tower a little bit too much, but look at the attack speed on him. It's pretty ridiculous, and the damage he is doing is pretty off the hook here. You gotta take cover, Bubbles, but they are able to take down that Malikin. Malikin, of course, has that sweet token, and Bubbles is going to get out of there. Clutch play by him, really well played. Left his take cover to the last moment, and that puts us at a 3-1, really a 4-1 team fight there, as Malikin had to use that token. And he's lost his eye now as well, so that's a big blow to...
Yeah, that's gonna hurt his DPS really bad.
Who picked up the eye? No, that's not an eye. Who has the eye? Did they get destroyed?
Or destroyed?
I don't see it anyway, so yeah, probably destroyed. It's not on the floor. No.
Yeah.
But that's a big hit to them, losing that team fight with that token, and well, he bought himself another eye, so he's